protests and strikes of low-wage workers, the grassroots campaigning of 15 Now, of the labor movement, and of many activists, all of us together forced business and Seattle's political establishment to act. We forced them to lift 100,000 low-wage workers in Seattle out of poverty, to transfer nearly $3 billion to workers at the bottom of the wage scale over the next 10 years. This has come after decades of wealth being transferred almost exclusively from the bottom towards the wealthiest. As Occupy Wall Street said, the banks got bailed out, we got sold out.
15 Now is fighting to get the minimum wage in Seattle raised to $15 an hour in 2014. Our city is unaffordable for working people. We need jobs that we can live on. It's time to take back the wealth that's been hoarded by the 1%. We need to use it to lift hard-working people out of poverty. 15 Now is dedicated to making sure that our city leaders give us what they promised us. A real living wage in 2014. To make this happen, we need to organize ourselves.
Shut down stores! We shut down stores! All over the city! All over the city! I'm one of those workers! I'm one of those workers! We're gonna shut down a subway! We shut down a subway! It's for you! It's for you! Join us! 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 Join us!
Socialist has been a scary, dirty word in American politics for a long time. Lately, not so much. A 2011 Pew survey found that 18 to 29-year-olds have a more positive view of socialism than they do capitalism. And politicians are learning the word doesn't pack the same punch it once did. A certain one-time community organizer has seen the word used against him pretty much since day one.
Do you think he's a socialist? Do you
Absolutely,
think,
I think he is. Yes,
hardcore
sir. I think
socialist.
Barack Obama is a socialist.
He said it himself. We need to spread the wealth around. Now,
Is that
that's one
socialism?
of the tenets of socialism.
Because Barack Obama is a socialist. He believes in socialism, in redistributing wealth.
I will continue fighting to defeat the president's agenda of socialism.
America reelected that socialist. And New York City recently elected Bill de Blasio mayor by a nearly 50-point margin, despite his opponent attacking him as a democratic socialist. And the right-wing New York Post coming out with this subtle cover image on the day before the election. Now, an actual avowed socialist is on the verge of getting elected to the city council in Seattle in an upset over a Democrat who'd been in office for 16 years. Economics professor and Occupy organizer Kshama Sawant has been declared the winner of the seat by the Seattle Post-Intelligencer.
There will be no rotten sellout of the people I represent. I wear the badge of socialist with honor. Like you're somehow being unjust by asking for a decent standard of living for yourself. And yes, it is true that genuinely small businesses are getting wiped out. But that is not because workers are being paid too much. That's because that is in the nature of capitalist system to crush small businesses and give all the advantage to the best.
Completely destroying our lives. I'm worried that my mother right now is getting old and she's gonna work until the day she dies. And I want to be able to take care of her, and I don't want to work until I die either. I would really like to be able to save money for retirement, or even for something, if something happens to me, so that I don't end up on the street.
The $15 an hour minimum wage, once a far-off dream, could soon spread across the United States, with debates underway from San Francisco to Chicago to New York City. All are watching Seattle, which made history this week by passing the $15 an hour minimum wage. It's the highest rate in the country for a major city and more than twice the federal minimum.
The raise will be phased in over time. Seattle businesses will have 3 to 7 years to implement it, depending on their size. The plan also includes several loopholes for businesses, which were fought until the last minute by Seattle City Council member Kshama Sawant, the first socialist to join the council in a century. This was the scene Monday as workers and allies packed the city council chamber to watch the minimum wage hike pass unanimously.
Thank you. The bill passes and the chair signed it. Now on agenda item number 2, resolution 31524. All in favor of adopting the resolution indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The amendment is, or the resolution is adopted unanimously.
Workers and activists chanting Kshama Sawant's name after the city council passed the $15 an hour minimum wage. She ran for city council last year on a platform of raising the minimum wage.
Our victory today was not complete. Big business in the end did succeed in chipping away at our gains. We'll discuss our strategy. United Labor and community groups can come back to deal with these issues. But we should take this achievement as a new starting point. The measure voted on today is one of the greatest steps forward for the U.S. working class in decades. 15 Now and allies are already building on this victory, taking the fight to 15 all over the U.S. Already we have 15 Now groups in more than a dozen states.